let's move into the A tournament in Sioux Falls. Now, Madison comes in as the number 1 seed, but they haven't played necessarily their best basketball here.
I'll tell you what, they struggled, with the game against Sioux Falls Christian in the regular season that nobody saw coming. They struggled, had to make 3 free throws in the last minute of the game to win their region to get in. So they're not coming in like, they own this tournament, even though they could be because they're undefeated. They're the defending champ. But they've got some problems in their way. I see this Cheyenne Eagle Butte St. Thomas More game could be a very low-scoring, fun game to watch. Pine Ridge against T, I mean, that could easily go either way. Pine Ridge has been good this year, but T is playing their best ball of the season. And then you got Sioux Valley going against Sisseton, which I think is the most interesting game of this first round. You've got Sisseton, a team with 2 6'7" guys in Jordan Cornelius and then Wade Youngblom. I don't think anybody can match up with them. Sioux Valley probably has the best chance of anybody to match up with them, but that could be an upset right off the bat, or Sioux Valley could go all the way. It's going to be interesting to see.
Let's talk a little bit more about T in particular. Obviously, the Titans coming in as the 7th seed, but like Roosevelt, this is a team that lost a ton off a team that got to the tournament last year. Nobody, or very few, maybe outside of that program, expected them to even make it back here, let alone make some noise. And now people are talking about them like they could.
I didn't have them on my preseason top 5. A lot of other people did, and I think that was off a reputation of what they did last year.
Yeah.
But they've overcome a lot. They had a tough early season schedule where they played many region champions from last year, and that's why they got those 4 or 5 losses quickly right off the bat, under 500 record. But since then, they've really come together. Terrence Smallfield, their 6'4" guy down low, I mean, he's, 15 points a game, 8 boards a game. He's a legitimate star, and they've got a good supporting cast around him.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how they actually come in and perform. Obviously, they're coming into that first round playing Pine Ridge, and then Sisseton or Sioux Valley. That wouldn't be an easy semifinal draw for them. But let's talk about some of the individual players, and there are some good ones in this tournament. You mentioned a couple of them already, but who do you think really could stand out in Sioux Falls?
Those of us who watch a lot of high school hoops know about Tate Vincent. A lot of people will see him for the first time on this state stage. He's just a freshman. He leads Sioux Valley in scoring. He can light it up, and I hope he does because it's fun to watch a guy like that who can take over. We talked about Wade Youngblom, the 6'8" guy for Sisseton, who can also dominate a game. Trey Vandenberg, the only all-tournament player from last year who's back in this tournament this year. He has had games where he's gone over 30 time and time again for Madison. And then Xavier Norris, a guy we don't talk a lot about. We don't see him. He plays for Cheyenne Eagle Butte. That's a team that can put some points on the board. They've got a tough matchup against a defensive-minded St. Thomas More in the first round, but he can catch fire as well, and that's what you need in the tournament is a guy that you can follow when he catches fire.